Okay, for today's video, we have a fun little Godzilla collectible haul, and yeah, we'll just get right into it. So first off, these two, this Soft V dolls, I got these a while ago actually, and just hadn't had a video where I've showed them off yet. I got them 10/19/25, so yeah, that was a couple of months ago at least, because we're in June now. But what happened, we were going to Nashville because it was the Vandy LSU game, and if you all don't know, I'm a big LSU fan, so we went. LSU did lose that game though, and it was one of I think it was the last road game, if I'm remembering right, before they fired their head coach. But I think we're in a better spot now, so not too upset with how it all ends up going after. But you know, um, but I got a few collectibles and stuff. There's some other stuff from that trip that I want to show off in videos, but that's more just dinosaur stuff. So I figured since I was doing a Godzilla video, I would just include this in here. So yeah, got both of these, and I did open them a while ago, but I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly who I got. I think I got Kiryu as one of these, and I've seen these before online, and I was able to get them. I think I had some discount or something, if I'm remembering right, or they were buy one get one 30% off. That's what it was. Okay, but yeah, let's just show off. Okay, yeah, here we are. So Kiryu was one of them. That was the one I did remember. And yeah, I've seen these types of figures online before, but this was the first time I'd really seen them in store. Yeah, I remember Kiryu, but I honestly don't even remember who the other one was. But Kiryu was one of my favorites. I love Kiryu. I love the design, the idea of it all. And then also with Kiryu, um, being in like Gigabash and other games I like. So yeah, really happy with that one. And then the other one, let's see who this is. I don't remember exactly who it is. Oh, Biolante. That's really cool. I think this is my only Biolante figure. So yeah, I'm really happy with that one. Oh, one of my cats swanning in here. I'll let him in really quickly. Oh, and yeah, next things up. I picked up this book from Bookland, which is pretty much Books A Million. I don't know. We have a local-ish bookstore called Bookland, but I mean, they sell all the same items as Books A Million. They've got the Books A Million exclusives. I think the bag they gave me the stuff in was literally a Books A Million bag. Yeah, but I finally got Godzilla Rulers of the Earth, the IDW Classic Collection. And I will say, I've wanted to get a Godzilla comic series for a while, but Rulers of the Earth was always one I really liked. And I was like, yeah, do I really want to buy individual copies? And then recently, when I've kind of gotten back into the Godzilla itch, I saw that there was a complete set of the book. And I was going to order it from a few places. I considered ordering it from Target and Amazon, but since we're about to go on vacation, literally packing today to leave later today, I was worried it wasn't going to be able to come in time. So I looked, and I missed it the first time I looked for this. Then the second time it said they've got it at this location. So we drove out there, and I was able to get it. And I'm really, really excited. Like I said, I think this is one of the cooler looking Godzilla comics. All the stuff in it just looks so good. And it seems like, I think it's one of the consensus better ones. And like I said, being able to get the full series in one book. And I think it was like $13, or it was, so I forgot. I did get a little bit of a discount on it because my mom is a teacher. So Books A Million, if you like, if a parent's a teacher or you are a teacher, you can get it like a 20% off discount. So I was able to use that luckily and got this for a really good price at 11. And I will say, when I went in, two of the books, one had a big like crease right here, and the other literally, I think that corner was ripped off. And then this one had a little bend right here, but that was much better than the other two. But I remember I literally looked in they had three different spots where there was Godzilla books. There was one like in the regular comics section, and I looked there and they had some Godzilla books, but not that spot. And then there's another spot in the back that this one has Godzilla books, but it wasn't there. But they had it on one of those tables like where they just randomly have like newer or more popular books. But they were actually under another book, so I didn't even notice them because I was like, oh, it's just a stack of whatever book that is. But actually, the two that were on that thing, anyways, were the two with the big creases. And I actually saw this one in like a window display. So whenever I went to the register, I said, is there any way we could just swap this one out? And they let me, so that was awesome. But yeah, was able to get Godzilla Rulers of the Earth. Very, very happy with that one. Really, really excited to read it. Maybe it'll get me to read more since it's a comic book. But then the final thing, I'll check after this and see what the exact dates are, but these Godzilla mystery figures, I've opened a few of these on the channel in the past. I'll put a link to that video. I think we got Space Godzilla and Mogiro, so really happy with those two. Space Godzilla was one of my favorites I didn't have a figure of, but actually, no, I might have had that other Space Godzilla figure by then, but I've got two Space Godzilla figures. But this is a really fun wave. So you've got Heisei Godzilla, Heisei King Ghidorah, which is really fun since we just got the Nemesis DLC for Gigabash, so we finally got King Ghidorah in game. The OG Heisei or Showa Mechagodzilla, Megalon, Gigan, Showa Gigan, and then 2 -1, or not -1. Oh my gosh, what is this movie? I'm literally blanking on this movie now. I've not seen this one though, but oh my gosh, I'm literally blanking on what movie this one is. So it's 2016, which was, oh my gosh, I mean, I know exactly I know a lot about this monster, like it's the Changing Forms one, but I'm literally blanking on what its name is. Okay, well, whatever. If it comes to me, I'll say it. But pretty much out of this wave, I want to get no repeats. I did buy 3. Pretty much what happened was, that same time I was debating on getting that book from Target, there was a few other items I wanted on Target's website. Because we went to Target and I was looking for some Godzilla figures, and when I was looking online, I found these online. I was like, ooh, those look really cool. And they had a deal currently, where you could, if you were like a college student, you could make like a list of items and you didn't even have to buy anything. You could get like a $10 off thing. So I got like $30 worth of stuff, and I got 3 of these, and they were, I think, around $8 a piece. And I got a book and something, I think a book and the 3 of these, and then with the $10, and I think it was $35 to get free shipping. So yeah, we got 2 of these. So really, really happy. And yeah, luckily, I did not think I was going to get to open these today, because they literally came to my house today, and they were in Indiana yesterday. So I didn't think, like, a state away. So I didn't know if I'd for sure be able to get them or not. But luckily, they did come in time. So we're going to get to open them right now. Oh my gosh. It's going to kill me if I can't think of what Godzilla that is. And I don't want to look it up unless I just have to. But pretty much, I want no repeats of the 7. And I prefer not to get Shin Godzilla. That's what it is. I personally just would rather get one of the other monsters. But I wouldn't mind to get Shin Godzilla itself or the one form. But I definitely don't want the both of them. At least not if these are the only ones of these I'm going to get. And I would personally just prefer to get the other monsters. Like, I would love Ghidorah. I would love the Showa Godzilla. Would love any of these three. Like, these 2 paired together would be really fun. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So hopefully we get some fun combination. But yeah, like I said, hopefully we get all a mix of all 3. Okay, my sister just walked downstairs and Winnie just followed her. So and that's our cat's name. I'm gonna shut the door. Yeah, we are literally leaving in a couple hours, I think. So, yeah, definitely unpacking right now. Okay, but let's see. See where's the best spot to open this. So Ghidorah and Heisei Godzilla are probably honestly the top 2 I want the most. I do remember these being a little hard to open, I think. And I remember I had a little bit of a struggle even building them. So I might not build all of them this video. Okay, I'm just going to go run and get a pocket knife or something really quick. Okay. Cut the thing with a pocket knife. I'd only planned to get 2 of these, but it literally worked out where I pretty much couldn't get the free shipping if I didn't get one more. So I was like, awesome, we'll just get 3. Okay, like I said, we're really hoping for Ghidorah. Oh, what are the odds? Literally the one I wanted the most is the one we get first turn. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay, well, we get Ghidorah, so no matter what happens after this, I'm not going to be too upset. Yeah, we'll go ahead and see what the other ones are really quick, though. So yeah, Ghidorah out of the first one, which was literally the one I wanted the most. And such fitting timing. Like I said, we just got the Nemesis DLC for Gigabash. Okay. The second one, okay, got a little cut on it once again. Do I need to do it again, or we'll just do it, save a little time. Yeah, obviously, if you're younger watching this, be careful with knives, or get your parents to use them. Okay. Oh, Gigan? Oh my gosh. We got 2 of the ones I really wanted. And speaking of Gigabash, literally 2 of the ones in Gigabash. yeah, love that. I think the only Gigan figure I have is that old Chibi figure I've got. So yeah, do not mind that one at all either. So yeah, could not be happier. I mean, honestly, the only thing I would like a Godzilla figure just because, all I think I have is Space Godzilla and Mogira. So just a true Godzilla would be cool. So like, probably, let's see. And obviously, I've got two of the ones I wanted the most, so I can't complain. But at this point, I actually wouldn't mind one of the Shin Godzillas. Would probably prefer the, like, fourth form or the final form. And then Heisei Godzilla would probably be number 1. But would not mind Mecha Godzilla, would not mind Megalon one bit, especially not to pair with Gigan. And then we'd have, like, 3 of the alien... Well, actually, either one of these would be, like, the alien monsters. So, but yeah, probably prefer getting one of these two right now. But as long as we don't get a repeat, I'm not going to be too upset at this point. Because, I mean, literally, these two are the two I really wanted. That would really be my least favorite, even though it is a Godzilla, but, you know, such a weird Godzilla. Even though I've not seen the movie, I just have a little bit of an understanding of the deal, but really just don't want to get a repeat out of these two, so we'll see who we get. Okay, final one. Oh, I didn't realize there's a little checklist in here or something. So we'll show that off really quickly. Oh wait, is this like an ad type of thing? Yeah, so it's just, oh, just the Gashapon, just a little like thing for Gashapon. I thought that was like a little checklist or something. Okay, well, final one. Like I said, so far has been amazing, so I can't really complain. Even if we get a repeat, I like both of these enough that I wouldn't be too upset, to be honest. Well, this one does seem to be the best sealed one. Okay, we finally got it. Actually got it on the little thing you're supposed to rip. Yeah, I guess I should have just been looking for those little pull tabs. I forgot that those were on there. Okay, last one. Ooh, is that how you go? Oh, that's Megalon. Okay. I know I said I wanted a Godzilla, but I can't be upset with getting Megalon and Gigan. Oh my gosh, yes, that is awesome. Literally, these were like some of the ones I wanted the most. I mean, like I said, I kind of would have wanted a regular Godzilla just because I don't have one out of these mystery lines, but these were literally some of the ones I wanted the most, so I'm not upset in the slightest. Yeah, no repeats, and 3 of the ones I really, really wanted. Like, the only thing, yeah, I would have wanted regular Godzilla, and I would have not minded Mecha Godzilla, but none of these I really would have preferred over Mecha Godzilla, so yeah. Yeah, I'm thrilled with how these went. So yeah, I guess we'll try to build one, see how long it takes. We'll go with Ghidorah first. I've got to see how this Ghidorah looks. Yeah, so we'll check that out. And oh yeah, by the way, these things make a like display piece. The like balls. I guess I could like show building one, and then we might just cut to having one built. Oh, how hard is this thing going to be to build? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. Oh, that looks so good. Honestly, I think I'm just going to save building these. So I might hold off on uploading this video till next week, because at least now I know what we got, and I don't have to worry about like somebody having to get them from our house or whatever since they're outside. So I'll probably just not upload this video till the week I get after vacation. So you'll see it right here after this. But oh, here's something about parts of King Ghidorah. Please remove the neck, filter, and tail parts from the frame. Okay, well, that's something good to know. But yeah, you all will see it like right now, but I'm just going to hold off on building these in this video just because, like I said, we're going on vacation, and I won't, I need kind of the conservative time. I know these can be a little bit of a longer process, especially if they're like some that have like a tighter fitting piece. But that will be it for this part. Thank you all so much for watching up until this part. But yeah, next little bit, I'll just build them or show me building them. But yeah, really, really happy. Like I said, we got 3 of the ones I wanted the most. So the 3 alien monsters. Well, I know Mechagodzilla also goes into that group, but well, and actually, I don't know if Megalon's really an alien, but I just kind of assumed he was because, you know, he teams up with Gigan, who is. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, we'll build these right now, hopefully, if I remember. One little kind of cool thing I did just remember, I think another cool thing with these 3, I think all 3 of these are in melee, so another fitting thing. Yeah, so this Mechagodzilla looks like might be returning for or might be coming into Melee. I theorized about that kind of in the comments. Maybe it's going to be a DLC. Maybe it'll be a skin. Maybe it'll just replace Heisei Mechagodzilla. Or maybe it'll just be like a non-playable boss, because I know like one of the Mechagodzillas was like the final boss, depending unless you chose the Mechagodzilla itself, I think is what I heard. So yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, like I said, very fitting with all that stuff coming out, and like I said, especially with the Gigabash stuff. So yeah, couldn't be happier with the stuff, other than, like I said, maybe getting Godzilla, but I don't know who I'd even want to trade out for it. I guess Megalon, but yeah, no, I'm thrilled with that. And obviously, if I get more of these, there will definitely be another cool Godzilla in a wave, so definitely not upset at all. So yeah, I just want to mention that really quick. And like I said, thank you all so much for watching. If this isn't the end of this video, but I'm going to try to remember to add in the building part after this, after we get back. Okay, I'm finally finishing up this video over a month later. Yeah, I wish this video would have came out sooner, but so yeah, I showed off all this stuff that I got earlier in the video. I recorded that part on June 12th. Today it's July 24th. Yeah, so a little bit further down the line, and pretty much, yeah, so after vacation, which was literally like, we were literally leaving for vacation the day, I think, after I recorded this. So like, it was like a 2-day thing going to where we do in Florida, or at least this year. Sometimes we go one straight drive, but didn't this year. But yeah, literally the next day I got some stuff. But I will say one thing, I still have not built these guys. I still do really like them, and I am going to build them eventually, but I just wasn't for sure yet where I wanted to put them on my shelf, so I just haven't got around to building them yet. But literally, like the next day, so like I said, I recorded that part July 12th, and I'm looking at this receipt right now. Yeah, June 13th. Yeah, June 13th. So it's July 24th right now. That was June 12th. June 12th is when I recorded everything you all already saw. June 13th, I went into a Target on our way down to Florida. I think this was somewhere in like Alabama or somewhere. Well, it don't really matter. It was somewhere between where I live in Kentucky and Florida. But we went in a Target, and they had two really cool things. So they had... well, this, I've picked up a lot of like Human Collection stuff that I haven't showed off on the channel yet, but I did pick up one thing there, and I will just show it off now. I did pick up the Hypsilophodon. Did really want this one. There's still been a few figures I missed on that I really wanted to get, just because I never saw them in store, didn't get a good chance to get them online, but did get the Hypsilophodon there, so that was a really cool get. And then, while we were in there, they also had one really, really cool... Oh, and I do remember, they had the new Dilophosaurus, but I'll be honest, I'm just not crazy about it, and especially since I have the old one, I just didn't want it. They had one of these. I've not seen one of these in a while, and they were actually marked down to like 4 or something. I think that this one must have just got like hidden away or something, because I remember it being in kind of a weird spot, either just in a mix of a bunch of other stuff or like behind something, whatever. I was able to find one of these, and I literally like looked on the back of the box. So I remembered I had 2 Destroyers somehow, 2 of the 1 in 36 chance one, 2 different Godzillas, or possibly the same one, but just slightly different looking colors. So I don't know if I have got these 2 or just both of this, but it like for some reason looks a little different. And then I think I had Rodan and maybe somebody else, but I remembered I had one of the Godzillas, Destroyer, and Rodan. And I literally said, I really want King Ghidorah, opened it, and yeah, we got the King Ghidorah. And this was such a fitting time, because this was literally that week. That week is literally like a couple days, I think, after I got, oh my gosh, Gigabash's DLC. And I will say, I don't know if I'll show off the Gigabash stuff. I might just show off a few like screenshots, or almost just like show it from the Switch. But we did play a decent little bit of Gigabash on vacation. I do remember I really liked using Gigan this year, because I've used Gigan before and I actually wasn't as crazy about him. He's got like a dash move that I've always liked. But he has this like teleport move that is just so stupid fun to do, where he literally like, I was just about to pick up something that I'm going to show off in a second, but like, this would be Ghidorah fighting him, and he'll just, and then starts like slashing behind. It's so fun to do. But yeah, really liked it, and yeah, really was happy to add Ghidorah. He was definitely one of my favorites of the Funko Mystery Minis. And yeah, I don't really plan on getting many more of these, just because, I mean, they're kind of hard to get at this point, and just, I don't know, I like them, but I'm not as crazy about them. And I got Destroyer, I got King Ghidorah. I might would have liked Gigan or Mothra. Or the Mechagodzilla. I mean, there's a few I would have liked. I would have liked to have had the full set, honestly. But I got some of my favorite ones. Like King Ghidorah was definitely one of my top ones. He's been one of my favorite monsters. I've always said probably him or Batra, and maybe like Gigan. That's probably my top three-ish, like not definitive. And I do really like a lot of other monsters too, but that's three of them definitely my top ones. So yeah, Ghidorah has definitely always been up there. Love the gold, and the three-headed dragon Hydra thing is just so cool. So yeah, really happy to get that. And then we picked up one thing literally yesterday, so July 23rd, and this is just a really cool thing. So this place that's like kind of out of town, like an hour away from where I live, but north, they've got this like vintage toy store place that like just sells a bunch of random vintage toy stuff. I actually picked up some other stuff that I think I'm going to show off in a very soon upcoming video. I've got two really big videos upcoming, so I'm going to talk about them after this, but I picked up this, the Godzilla 1998 hatchling, and it was only $10. So they like post stuff on Instagram like once like every couple days or so of just like new stuff they get, and they showed this like 2 days ago, and I was really hoping they were going to have it in store. Like this was the reason I went in store. I was actually honestly maybe a little happier with some of the other things I got just because they're really cool. And it's not something I've shown much of or anything on this channel of, but I did really like them, so yeah, that was cool. And we'll talk about them like I said, but not in this video. But yeah, I got one of the hatchlings, and this is the one, I didn't realize it when I picked it up, but it's the one with the arm that does that. And yeah, it is Trendmasters and Toho. I looked on the tail, but yeah, really cool and in pretty good condition. $10, and I just really like the hatchlings. I think they're cool, and I've always liked Godzilla 98. It's one of my favorites. I've seen bits of the movie, but I don't know if I've ever seen the full movie. But I liked it. I love Final Wars. That was one of my favorite ones I've seen fully, and I love the 98 animated series. I've actually seen the full thing of it maybe a couple of times now. Actually started to rewatch it, but haven't finished it. Or I started it before vacation, I think, and then just didn't finish it. I think I probably talked about that maybe in this video or another recent video. And I did buy this guy, who's actually based on Final Warzilla, which Final Warzilla, Godzilla 1998, and Godzilla the animated series all kind of go together, but still, really love all these guys. And I actually, I remember when I was little, my dad surprised me like a lot of random like dinosaur toys from like, I think one of his friends said that like their kid had like outgrown dinosaurs. And I think there was one of these in here, and I think I actually had one of these hatchlings at one point. And I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it was like something I left in the yard and it got like mowed up, because I know I've had like one or two figures that something like that happened to. And I don't know if I left it in the garage and it just, you know, I don't know if it's still at this house somewhere and just, I don't know or what, but I think I had one of these guys at one point. And I just have no idea where it went. So I was thrilled to get one of these, and for like $10. I mean, I don't think they're that hard to get or that expensive, but still, just such a cool little guy. I know I did not have this one, though. I think I had a more brownish one that had like maybe purple or red or gold. I remember it was a more brownish base color, I think, though, but still. Nonetheless, really happy to add one of these guys. Just such a cool figure, and really happy to add him to the collection. And he'll go really good with probably the movie Monsters figures. But yeah, really happy to add him. And then I did just want to talk about some other stuff regarding some future channel videos. So I know like a little bit ago I was talking about doing a lot of dinosaur stuff, and I do want to do some more dinosaur stuff on the channel, but just right now I'm kind of enjoying some other stuff right now. And yeah, okay, well, one of these I'm going to keep a little bit more secretive because I kind of want this just to be a surprise video that I think is going to be really fun, but I'll give a little bit of a teaser towards it. Okay, I'll talk about it first since, yeah, I kind of touched on it a little. And it has to do with the thing I picked up when I picked this guy up. So it is a series that is kind of like Godzilla 98, kind of like Dinosaur King, kind of like Pokemon, kind of like that stuff. And I just don't know really out of all the channels I record on which one to upload it on. And it's kind of like some of that stuff and some other stuff I've talked about on this channel, not exactly. And I'm not planning on making it like a full content swing thing. Like, it's just something I want to do a few videos on. So figured it might be fun just to do it on this channel since it is kind of like a nostalgic thing. And I know a lot of people that like some of the videos on this channel might like that. So yeah, if you have any guesses on what it is, I would love to see it. And another little hint, it's like early 2010s-ish, I think, is when these were around. And they are not made anymore, at least definitely not to my knowledge. So that's that part. And we're going to do maybe a video. I picked up some of that stuff, a decent bit of it recently, so I think I might almost do like a haul, and then I just want to do a video talking about the series in general, the series and the collectibles that go with it. And that also might be a little bit of a teaser. And then the other thing, the Odyssey. So I think I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I've always been like a big Greek mythology guy. well, maybe not big is the best word to use, because I've always liked it, but never been like fully into it. Like, I've always liked the monsters and stuff. Like, I've always bought like a few of the Safari LTD figures. Like, I've loved the Mythology tubes and stuff, and I love the Groovy 2 Books Mythology stuff, which is another thing I wanted to do on this channel at one point. So this could be a good time to do that stuff. But I've always liked like cryptids and mythology, like the creatures at least. But and I've sort of been interested in like the Greek gods and stuff at points. But I like the creature stuff more, like the Hydra, the Griffin, that type of stuff. But I've always liked Greek mythology, and like I loved like Hercules was probably one of my favorite Disney movies. And I know it's not like super accurate or whatever. I've seen like the Mythology guys video on it, really good video. I'll put a link to that video. It'll be kind of random if you didn't watch to the end here, but yeah. I've always just kind of liked Greek mythology, and the Odyssey was just one, like my family, we all kind of, there's like a group of us in like my age range that all just kind of go watch movies and stuff, especially in the summer. And I was the one who really wanted to watch this. Like, I'd mentioned it for a little bit, and then we all went and watched it. And yeah, it was a big hit. I think almost all of us really, really liked it. Like, I knew it was good. I thought it was going to be really good, knowing I like Greek mythology, and I just know Christopher Nolan's a really good director. And I still haven't read the Odyssey, but I'm planning to read it. But yeah, like I said, I've always kind of liked the Greek stuff, but just never been as big into it. So yeah, that's going to be something I'm very excited about. So yeah, I might put this in the channel update playlist, just because we're going to be having 2 very different videos coming soon, but that's pretty much it as far as that. But yeah, as far as other content, I plan to be doing a little bit more dinosaur content here and there. But I'm really liking like the Godzilla mythology and some random other videos like that thing I talked about. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff is hopefully going to be coming. I all the time I say I want to get back on this channel, and then I like post 1 or 2 videos, and then I don't know, I just don't. But I'll just be honest, at least the last month, and that's why kind of this video, there was a little bit of a break. I just saw my phone hit low power mode, so I don't know how well it's been recording, but after vacation, I just hadn't been uploading. I looked, as far as like all the channels I upload, like the Pokemon channel, the other channel, the Skylanders channel, the gaming channel, I didn't upload a video in like a month on any of the channels. So it's not like I've been avoiding it. I just haven't been uploading as much on YouTube. I've been recording videos for channels though, like I've been really enjoying Pokemon Champions. I've not played in like a week or 2 though, but I had been really enjoying playing that. So I've played a ton of it. So some other stuff. So yeah, I've been doing a few things YouTube wise, but not as much uploading on any channels like in a month. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been, but got some fun stuff ahead. Like I said, we're going to have a few mythology videos if I can for sure get them out. I'm going to try to work on them so we for sure get them done. Like an Odyssey reaction, and then just maybe a random like Greek mythology thoughts video, and maybe we'll do like that Groovy 2 video, because that dinosaur one did really well. And I think I'm one of the only people that has like a video on that on YouTube, so I think that could be fun. And then, like I said, we put that random other collectible series that, like I said, kind of gives me vibes like Godzilla 98, Dinosaur King, Pokemon. If you like that stuff, you'll probably really like this series or the videos talking about that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. So yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I'm really happy to kind of be back uploading on YouTube in general, but especially on this channel. I mean, because this is my big channel. This is the channel I've been the most successful on, and I've always loved having this channel. And I want to get back on it. And yeah, we'll see. And I will say the last 2 videos have actually done pretty good on the channel, and they were both Godzilla videos, which, like I said, I thought this channel was more of a dinosaur channel, and I know I went through a more Godzilla-y phase on the channel, but I kind of want to just do a mix of everything again. Well, I know it was primarily dinosaurs, but I want to just do a little bit of all the intro stuff that I've kind of shown on the channel. Dinosaurs, Godzilla, just creature stuff, all that stuff. I just want to do a fun mix instead of being like just one niche, which I think is why, you know, I can kind of stagnate on a channel. And maybe even some gaming. I know I have a gaming channel, but I still want to do gaming videos on here, but they'll just be like very specific, like I'll give it, like Dinosaur King, like that Dinosaur King DS playthrough is just another thing I need to pick back up on. That is more this channel, because I feel like Dinosaur King is more of a dinosaur thing than a gaming thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But thank you all so much for watching. I know this was kind of ramble about a bunch of random stuff at the end, but I hope you all enjoyed it. But I'll put timestamps, so if you didn't want to watch that part, you wouldn't have had to, but that will be it. And like I said, if you want to see any specific videos or have any interest on anything you want to hear me talk about, dinosaurs, Pokemon, Godzilla, I mean, Pokemon has its own channel, but dinosaurs, Godzilla, mythology, the other thing I'm going to talk about, which I'm shocked I didn't accidentally say it, and I might have and didn't realize it, but yeah, we've got a bunch of really fun stuff on the channel coming. And yeah, that will be it though. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Oops. You want to jump up here, Leo? Oh, I thought my cat was going to jump up here. Get a little guest appearance. Oh, there he is. A little guest appearance from Leo to wrap up the video. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I am out. Leo, you like Godzilla? One last thing, I did just want to show this off. This was the picture of Ghidorah whenever we got him out of the box the day after the majority of this first recording was. So yeah, just wanted to show this off here at the end. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out.